Okay, now clear, sir? You understand? Again, I need to revise this particular page. Anyone? Please, if you have doubt, then ask.
Sir,
I'll clear,
sir.
and then after I'll go there. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Tell, sir.
Sir, will you send the note?
Which one, sir?
This note.
This one? This one?
Will you send the note?
Yeah,
After the class?
I'll send after the class. We'll send,
Yes, sir. Please send in the group.
Same only, no? Same.
Yeah, this class note.
File. Okay. Sir.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
This is actually NCERT. Yes, sir.
NCERT, sir. Which class?
This is a 10th class, sir.
10th class. No, okay.
NCERT 10th class, 3rd chapter, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can you repeat amphoteric
Yes, sir.
oxide? Amphoteric acid.
Amphoteric oxide.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, generally we are saying that male, female, and transgender, no, sir. Correct. Normally, I'm saying male character different, female character different, and transgender character is different. So same as it is, the metal is a metal means you will say that is a basic nature. So metal oxide. Metal oxide basic nature, sir. And next to non-metal oxide, acidic nature. When you are dissolving with the acid, just when you are dissolving with the water, if it is metal oxide, it will give base. For example, sodium oxide, it will give sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is a base when you will dissolve with the water. The same thing, carbon dioxide is there. Carbon dioxide is a non-metal oxide. When you are dissolving with the water, it will give the carbonic acid. The carbonic acid is nothing but acid. Correct? So non-metal oxides will show the acidic behavior, and metal oxides will show the basic behavior. But some oxide will behave both the nature. It will show the both the nature. That means metal oxides, it won't react with the base. Non-metal oxides, it won't react with the acid. But here amphoteric oxide is nothing but here aluminum and zinc or lead. Aluminum oxide Al2O3, zinc oxide ZnO, and next one lead oxide PbO. This oxide, it will react with the acid as well as base. So that's why I said here aluminum oxide is amphoteric nature. Aluminum oxide, it will react with the HCl. And same aluminum oxide, it will react with the sodium hydroxide also. So if it is HCl, if it is reaction with the HCl, then aluminum chloride you will get as a salt. Next, aluminum oxide, when it is reaction with the sodium hydroxide, then you will get the sodium aluminum oxide, sodium aluminum oxide, or sodium aluminate. We can say that sodium aluminate or sodium aluminum oxide. So this one you will get. This nature only we are calling as the amphoteric oxide or amphoteric nature. Amphoteric means it will behave acid as well as base. That's what here they given. Such metal oxides are which both acid as well as base. It will behave acid as well as base. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Next condition. Most metal oxides are insoluble in water. Most metal oxides are insoluble in water, but some metal oxides are soluble in water. How we can understand most of the metal oxides are soluble, most of the some metal oxides will only will soluble, and most of the metal oxides are not soluble means we should understand based on the reactivity series. What I said that based on the reactivity series, first one is a potassium, second one is a sodium, next one is a calcium, potassium, sodium, calcium, and next magnesium, and next aluminum, and next zinc, and next iron, and next lead. So these element we know the order, correct? So now sodium and potassium and oxygen, the calcium, these three elements will react with water, and magnesium partially will dissolve with water. Partially, it is not completely. So if you will take the potassium oxide, K2O, potassium oxide, it will give the KOH. When you will take the sodium, Na2O, then you will get the NaOH. If you will take the calcium, CaO, then if you will dissolve with water, then you will get the CaOH twice. Okay, the same condition, if you take the magnesium oxide, if you will take around 10 gram or 20 gram, only 5 gram or 2 gram will dissolve. Remaining 15 gram or 10 gram, it won't dissolve. So it will be as it is. So that's why we are saying magnesium oxide, when you will take the magnesium oxide, some oxide will form as a MgOH twice, and most of the oxide it won't form the MgOH. Then just you have to remember alkali element. Alkali element means lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. Okay, so the francium is a radioactive element, so we should not consider these elements with the and next element magnesium, calcium. I said no. In that calcium only you should take these elements. If it will form as a oxide, the particular oxide will dissolve with the water. The reason is highly reactive nature, so that's why it will dissolve with the water. If the element is not highly reactive in nature, it won't dissolve with the water. This is the reason. Okay. From this, any doubt? From this, any doubt?
No, sir.
Clear now? Shall I go next page? Next condition. Here they given that which will catch the fire very easily. That means which is the most reactive nature. Which one is the most reactive nature? Here metals such as metals. That means which metal will react with oxygen? Metals such as potassium, sodium. It will react with water or oxygen very vigorously, and it will catch the fire. So that's why we are getting the accidental fire. So that's why to protect them, then we are keeping accident. It will make the accidental fire. So to protect the or to avoid the accidental fire, we are keeping immersed in the kerosene oil. That's why it won't react with the kerosene. That's why we are keeping in the kerosene oil. Next condition, ordinary temperature, the surface of the metal such as magnesium and aluminum, zinc, lead, etc. It will be ordinary temperature. It will be normal one. The surface and all it won't change. When you are taking the aluminum vessel from the shop, it will be very bright. After 1 or 2 weeks or 1 or 2 months, what will happen? The aluminum vessel will become dull nature. Why it is aluminum vessel become dull nature means it will cover with a thin layer of oxide. It will form as a thin layer of oxide. The thin layer of oxide only we are calling as a aluminum oxide. Aluminum oxide means Al2O3. So aluminum oxide thin layer of oxide will form. Because of that only the vessel become dull nature without the bright nature. Okay, understand. And next to protect the why it is forming the oxide layer. So oxide layer is one of the, we are applying the paint on the iron, no, same as it is in aluminum. Oxide layer is one of the protective layer of corrosion. So corrosion it won't happen. Corrosion means the metal it won't spoil. So that's why we are using the word anodizing. Anodizing is a process forming the thick oxide layer of aluminum, and aluminum will form as a thick layer. One rod you are taking, aluminum rod. In the particular rod, the oxide layer it will form. So if it is forming oxide layer means next to oxygen, it won't interact with the metal directly. So that's why it is it will act as one of the protective layers. So first it will form as the oxide layer. After that, the reaction will stop. Why the reaction will stop means already it is reaction with the oxygen and it is forming as the oxide layer on the surface of the metal. So that's why it won't go further reaction. It won't possible. Okay, so this one you should remember. And with the dilute hydrochloric acid, how it is react and how we should remove. For example, lemon. If you will use the lemon when you are cleaning the vessel, then it will be bright. So why it is become very bright means because of the removing the oxide layer. When you remove the oxide layer, oxide metal oxides are amphoteric nature, sorry, basic nature, no, then it will react with the acid. The lemon which is having the acid. So that's why we can remove the layer of the metal metal surface. Okay. Next, the condition here, iron does not burn on heating, and iron filling will burn vigorously when it is sprinkled. That means when if you form the very minute particles of iron, a very powder form of iron, it will give the sparkling, like a spark it will show. And next, copper does not burn, and but hot metals coated with the copper. That means copper it won't burn, but copper if you'll continuously if you heat with the oxygen, then it will form as a copper oxide, CuO. Then after forming the copper oxide, it become black color. It will become black color. So it won't react, but even though the last if you keep long back, it will form as a copper 2 oxide. And next silver gold, it won't react with at any temperature, silver and gold. If you keep more temperature also, it won't form some other product. That means silver oxide or gold oxide, it won't form. So that's what they're given. Why they are given this and all? Why? Because they want to explain about the reactivity nature of the element. So that's why they give this, the last element. When you are writing the reactivity series, already before only I written, again I'm repeating. The next hydrogen, that means after the lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold. So last one, silver and gold, copper, silver, gold, this and all, very low reactive. It won't form the oxide. But even the copper will form the oxide. If it is forming the oxide with high temperature, then the color of the copper surface become black color. Okay. So this one you have to remember. Next. And here also they said same thing. Sodium is the most reactive element. And what happened when the metal react with the water? So if it is metal react with water, what is the product you will get? Metal reacts with water. Generally, you will get the metal hydroxide, not oxide. Metal hydroxide you will get. And what type of condition? The reaction condition, how we are maintaining. So this page very important. Just you have to listen. If you have any doubt, then ask. And this page very important. The first case here, metal reaction with water, metal oxide and hydrogen. Metal oxide and hydrogen. These two reaction it will happen. The first one, when the metal, if it is reaction with the metal, that means magnesium. If it is reaction with the water means the first it will form as a magnesium oxide. Again, the magnesium oxide it is not stable after forming the oxide. It is not stable. Again, it will react with one more water molecule. Again, is going to form as a magnesium hydroxide. So, if it is strongest, highest reactive nature, if it is high reactive metals, then this production you can't able to identify. You can't find out this product. That means intermediate you can't able to identify. Directly it will give the product to this. For example, sodium if you will take, then directly you will get the sodium hydroxide. You won't get the sodium oxide. So metal react with the water and produce the metal oxide and the hydrogen gas. The next metal oxide are soluble in water. That means which is the highest reactive metal, that one will soluble in water. So which is soluble in water and is going to dissolve with water. Then finally you will get the metal hydroxide. So if it is strong highest reactive element, then you will get the directly this product. Suppose if it is weak element, very weak element, then you will get only the metal oxide. For example, iron you are taking Fe. If you are react with the water, that means that to steam water in the gaseous form of the water, then you will get Fe2O3. Sorry, not Fe2O3. Fe3O4 plus H2. So this one is a brown color. Here you will get the oxide only. You can't get the hydroxide. Iron, FeOH twice or FeOH twice you can't get. The reason, iron is a low reactive element compared to other element. Iron is a low reactive element. So that's why it won't produce the hydroxide. Instead of hydroxide, it will produce only the oxide. Next case, potassium, sodium react violently with the cold water. You have to remember, if it is any metal will react with cold water means, if it is react with cold water means, it can react with hot water also. It can react with steam water also. Steam also. Okay. So if it is cold water means highly reactive nature. If it is hot water means moderate reactive nature. If it is steam water means it is very low reactive nature. That's why we are heating the substance. So this is the apparatus setup. Apparatus setup means first you are taking the burner and here we want steam water. No, that's why we are keeping here water choked glass wool. Glass wool means here water will be there. If you heat the water, you will get the water vapor. That means gaseous steam water you will get. The steam water, if it is reaction with this metal, then automatically you will get the two types of product. So after one is the residue metal oxide and another one is the gas. What is the gas you will get? Hydrogen gas you will get. This is the hydrogen gas. Then how we can understand the formation of the gas is only hydrogen? How we can understand is the same thing. If you keep in the burning candle, when you are keeping the burning candle near to the hydrogen, it will give the pop sound. Why it will give the pop sound means hydrogen is a good fuel and hydrogen is reacts with air very fastly. So that's why with a vigorous reaction. So that's the reason we are getting the pop sound. Okay. And next case, here, next important thing, the calcium react with water less violent. And this many time, many exam they asked this question. And it will it will release a heat energy. The the heat energy, it is not sufficient to catch the fire. Hydrogen, it won't sufficient to catch the fire. So that's the reason what will happen. You are keeping one beaker and you are throwing the calcium, and the calcium will react with water. Then you will get that calcium hydroxide. You will get the calcium hydroxide and plus hydrogen gas. You will get the hydrogen gas also. And this hydrogen gas liberation will be very less. And during the reaction, the heat energy will be very less. So that's why during the reaction, the heat energy will be very less. So that's why instead of calcium sinking the water, Okay, actually it should sink in the water, but it will be floating on the surface of water. Why it is floating on surface of water means calcium is a metal. Uh, Around the calcium, the hydrogen gas will be stick on the surface. Here also H2 gas, here also H2 gas, here also H2 gas. So around the calcium, it will be stick on the surface of the calcium. So that's why the calcium will be float on the surface of water. So that's why they are saying the calcium starts floating because bubbles of hydrogen gas formed stick to the surface of the metal. Okay, this point very important. Why calcium is floating on the surface of metal means this is the answer. So why? Because the liberation of hydrogen gas very less, and the during the conversion, during the reaction, the heat energy liberation will be very less. So that's the reason it won't catch the fire that much fastly. So if it is not catching the fire means the hydrogen gas will be stick with the metal surface, then automatically metal will floating on the surface of water. Okay, so this one you have to remember. And next condition, aluminum reaction with water, iron reaction with water. Here aluminum also, here they are using the symbol gas. Here iron also they are using the symbol gas. Here calcium they are using the symbol liquid. Okay, so in that particular case, metals like aluminum, iron, zinc do not react with either cold water or hot water. It will react with only steam water. So you have to remember that aluminum, iron, zinc. So Zn and next Al, Zn, Fe. So these three elements, it won't react with either hot water or otherwise cold water. So it will react with only steam. That means gaseous form of the water. Okay, so this one you have to remember that. And next, what happened when the metal react with the acid? If it is metal react with acid, what is the product? So what are the condition what are the properties we saw right still now? Is the chemical property? Is the chemical property? The chemical property, the first one is the air, and the second one is the water.
Water.
So two property we discussed. Correct, sir?
Yes.
From this, any doubt with the air? If the air means what we are saying, how it is react with normal air and hot air. If it is with the air, which type of metal will give basic oxide, non-metal will give the acidic oxide,
Yes.
and some metals will give the both basic oxide as well as acidic oxide. So that one you know that. Next case with the water, along with the water, how it will react. Highest reactive element, if it is reaction with water, it will give the hydroxide. Lowest reactive element, it will give the oxide. Why lowest reactive nature will give the oxide means the first step is the oxide formation. After forming the oxide, it won't convert, it won't undergo the further reaction. If it is not undergoing the further reaction, then you can't get the hydroxide formation. So that's why the second step it won't happen for a normal or a low reactive element. Only high reactive element only should happen with the two steps. First step here I said no, metal reaction with water will give the metal oxide. Second one is the metal oxide will react with water, it will give the metal hydroxide. So this will happen only for the few element. What are the few element means? You have to remember only the potassium, sodium, and lithium, and next calcium. So calcium, you can this four element you have to remember. This element only, these two step will happen. Remaining element and all, only first step it will take place. Second step it won't take place. Okay. Up to now it is understand now clearly. Is there any doubt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Understood.
Okay. And next, Next condition is with acid. If the metal we know that reaction with oxygen, second reaction with water, third one is reaction with acid. That acid case, one acid generally they will give three acid. One is HCl, and another one is H2SO4, and third one is HNO3, and last fourth one is organic acid. Why? Because organic acid, everything it will show the same acetic acid, vinegar, acetic acid, or vinegar, or formic acid, or oxalic acid, or citric acid, whatever the acid, organic acid, everything it will show the same result. And the HCl, H2SO4, HNO3 will show the different nature. Now the first case. Yes. Here very important point. Write the equation for the following: magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron with the dilute hydrochloric acid. Now, hydrogen gas is not evolved when the metal reacts with the nitric acid. And why? Because HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. And instead of producing hydrogen gas, it will produce the water molecule. So that's why HNO3 when you will take, then instead of hydrogen gas, it will produce N2O or NO or NO2. Depends upon the concentration of the element. But when you are taking the magnesium Mg or Mn, if you take the Mg and Mn, it is very important. Why? Because many exams they will ask the question. Magnesium and manganese, when it is reaction with HNO3, it will release a hydrogen gas. So complete periodic table, many metals are there. Only magnesium and manganese will react with HNO3. It will release the H2 gas. Rest of the element, it will give the only H2O. That again I'm telling, again I'm repeating. Here the condition we are writing HCl. HCl reaction with the metal. It will give the salt plus H2 gas. HCl, for example, HCl plus Na gives NaCl plus H2 gas you will get. Normally, even H2SO4 if you use also with the sodium, then you will get that Na2SO4 plus H2. Here H2 is a common with HCl or H2SO4. The same thing if you will take HNO3. HNO3 if you will take with sodium, then you will get that NaNO3. It is common salt. Next, actually you should get hydrogen, but you won't get the hydrogen. Instead of hydrogen, you will get the water molecule. And after that, this NO3 you used to know, then you will get that NO2 gas. Before the reaction, either HCl or H2SO4 if you use, you are getting the H2 gas, hydrogen gas. But here, water molecules they are getting. Why it is water molecule means? Why? Because HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. In MCQ, they will ask. Generally, HCl, when it is reaction with the metal, it will release the H2 gas. Why not HNO3? Then they will give the option. One of the option is the strongest oxidizing agent. HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. That's why it won't release H2 gas. It will release the water molecule and the N2 or NO gas. Okay. So this one very important keyword in the point. Next condition, magnesium and manganese you have to remember. So magnesium and manganese, it will give the hydrogen gas. Remaining, and also one more things we need to remember, very diluted. Okay, very diluted. Diluted means what? H2O, if you are H2O, you are mixing with HNO3. If it is more amount, then it is highly diluted. If it is less amount, then it is diluted. If there is no water molecule, then fuming are highly concentrated. So this one they have to, you should remember that. Okay. So, and next, the reaction is a exothermic reaction. Exothermic means during the reaction you will get the heat energy. If you will get the heat energy, then this reaction we are calling as a exothermic reaction. If it is, for example, sugar or glucose, you are going to dissolve with water. When you touch the tumbler, it will you will feel like a coldness, chillness. Why you are feeling chillness means the reaction is the endothermic reaction. When you are mixing with the sugar or when you are mixing with glucose, automatically from the surrounding, it will absorb the heat energy. So that's why we are feeling chillness. When you are pouring the petrol on your hand, then you will feel the chillness. The reason the petrol is going to evaporate is going to absorb the heat energy. So that's why it will make the cool or a cooling effect. Same here, during the reaction is a highly vigorous reaction, so it will emit the heat energy. That's why as an exothermic reaction. Okay. And next case, in the case of copper, no bubbles were seen. That means no bubbles means no energy, no reaction. So it shows that copper does not react to diluted acid. Copper, it will react with some acid. If you go to the jewelry shop and all, they will test how the gold character, whether it is a highly pure gold or not. With the help of aqua regia, they can able to understand. They can able to identify. Aqua regia is nothing but royal water. Royal water is nothing but highly concentrated hydrochloric acid and nitric acid. Hydrochloric acid and nitric acid. Hydrochloric acid 3 ml means nitric acid 1 ml. Here HCl and here HNO3. So here they will confuse us 3:1. Instead of hydrochloric acid, they will give HNO3, and here they will give HCl. So that time we should not get the confusion. So HCl is the highest quantity, and HNO3 is the lowest quantity. So this is not correct, and this only correct. So this is for a HCl concentration, and this is for a HNO3 concentration. That combination only we are calling a aqua regia. Why they are using aqua regia means the gold, silver, platinum, and copper and all, it will dissolve. This particular solution will dissolve. That's why they are mixing HCl and HNO3. Okay. So if you are in a gold shop also, if a jewelry shop, if you will go, they'll check whether it is pure or not. How they will check means one drop they will keep on the gold, and it will show the white color precipitate. If it will show the white color precipitate, then they will say, yeah, it is a pure silver or a pure gold. Like they will give the rating. Okay, based on that only they will give the rate. Okay, and next,
Sir,
yes, sir.
I think this much is enough for today, sir. We'll continue
This much
tomorrow.
enough, huh?
Ah,
Okay,
sir.
okay,
Yeah,
fine,
sir.
sir. Okay, it is going too much, sir. Okay, sir.
It's going to.
But sir, how
Okay.
can we remember this all that you have taught?
Which one, sir?
This
Only
base
two
plus.
concepts I thought, sir. I'm not teaching more much. Physical property I already discussed in the last class only. Correct? Huh?
We didn't even make notes also.
Which one, sir? Anyway, we will send the videos, no?
Sir, this all will be included in the MCQ also, right? MCQ.
Okay,
Whatever you have taught tonight.
today night file they will send, sir.
No,
Video
sir,
they will send.
everything will be included in the MCQ question also, no?
Yes, sir. Actually, first last day I thought up to today what I thought, that much I thought, but you could not able to understand, no? So that's the reason again I'm repeating. So physical property I completed. In chemical property, two property only I said. So the two property, the first property is reaction with the oxygen. Second property reaction with the water. And the third property acid. The third property again I'll repeat. First property and the second property you have to remember, sir. That's it. Clear? Tomorrow I'll repeat the third property with the acid.
Okay, sir.
From third property onwards we'll do that. And this file I'll send in that group now itself. This textbook. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
in chemistry, no? In chemistry, what are the subjects that you have to study? Class 11, 12, class 10?
Sir, actually, class 11th, 12th is a specific part. Specific part means in 11th they will give here metals and non-metal is there, no? In 11th and 12th, how they will give, it will be group wise they will give, sir. Group wise means alkali metals. Hydrogen family means in hydrogen family 7 elements are there. In the 7 element, how the property separately, how the property and how it is react with these chemicals, everything they will give. If you
No, sir. Topic wise.
That's what everything they will give. That's why this topic it is syllabus according to the syllabus. This only the topic. 10th class only the topic according to the syllabus.
Okay.
Okay, it is not a +1 +2. If you will go +1 +2, you will confuse everything, and it is heavy.
No, sir.
Okay.
Electronic configuration and all this. These are in the class 11 books only, no?
Even 10th also is there. Even from what is it? 8th class onwards is there, sir. Electronic configuration.
Oh.
From 8th class onwards is there. 11th, 12th, 9th standard onwards, electronic configuration elaborately they will do.
Oh, electronic. This one I am following the class 11 in CRT.
No, electronic configuration you follow that 9th class textbook, 10th class NCERT textbook. Then you will get the clear idea.
Okay, 10th one. No.
9th class is very basic. As a beginner, I'm saying, as a beginner, the 9th class is very basic. If suddenly if you'll go 11th class, no, then some topic, some concept they won't keep directly. That means basic concept they won't give. Directly they will go for the examples.
Okay.
So that's why 11th, first you have to complete the 9th class. Then if you'll revision purpose, if you'll go 11th class, it is easy.
So if we complete the class 9 and 10 books, it will be enough, right?
That is enough, sir. Actually, according to the syllabus, that only they given. Exam syllabus is that only, sir. You no need to go depth. Understand?
Yeah.
No need to go depth. Just this only you have to revise. But that's what some exceptional cases are there. I told you, no, in physical property, only 2 elements they given, one more element I added, no. So like that, some exceptional case will be there. That and all we will discuss. Okay, no.
Yeah, sir. Right. Yeah.
Any other doubts, sir?
Sir, I was like, if we know the syllabus, we can do by us. We can study by ourselves also, no?
I'll that's what I'll send this file. Okay, I'll send this file. Once revise, sir. And meanwhile, even during the class hours, you will get the more doubt, no?
Mm.
I'll send that file. Okay. Okay, sir. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Yeah. Good night.